Hey, welcome back, everyone. We're here with the Ask Dr. Be Good show, where we weekly try to shine a light on the cool things happening in public education, and in this case at Legacy. And we have a special show where we're showcasing a program that we've not had before. We wanted to have it, but we weren't able to find the right instructor. But now we have Gunnery Sergeant Finch with us, and we thank you for being here. Can you tell a little bit about yourself, and then let's start the introduction with who you brought with you.
All right, my name is Gunnery Sergeant Finch. I recently retired from the United States Marine Corps, so like I said, recently retired. I'm originally from North Carolina. Just been here, just got moved here in June. I'm excited to be here. New place, new start.
And we thank you for being here and helping us start our program. Who'd you bring with you?
We will start right here. We'll let the cadets introduce themselves.
Okay.
I'm Cadet Ortega. I'm in 10th grade.
I'm Cadet Calindres. I'm in 12th grade.
I'm Cadet Chavez, and I am a junior.
I'm Cadet Barrera, and I'm in 11th grade.
I'm Cadet Garrett, and I'm in the 10th grade.
So you brought a nice mix with you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Males, females, various grades. So let's begin with a little looking backwards. Talk a little bit about the Jr ROTC program, what it stands for, how it got started, just a little bit of history on it.
All right. Well, the JrROTC program is it's a program that basically was established in like 1916. Back then, it was open to just only the Army. The Army was the only one that had the program at the time. And in 1964, the Department of Defense kind of opened it up to all branches of the military, and everyone got a chance to be able to bring their piece to the puzzle to for the ROTC program. And the purpose for the program is basically demonstrate a value of citizenship, teach the cadets the value of being responsible and a sense of achievement.
And I had read up on it. It's a way of helping young people understand their place in America.
Yes,
is that part of?
Yes, ma'am.
And talk a little bit about what the program looks like at Legacy.
Well, Legacy, like I said, we have right now the overview is pretty much we have 103 kids, cadets, 71 which is in the middle school. We have 32 that's at the high school from 9th to 12th grade, mixed with females and males. We have a total of 54 males and 49 females currently, and the program basically it's the first year of the program, so we're kind of starting from the ground up. The cadets are highly motivated about the program, dedicated about the program, and we do a heavy emphasis on discipline. Discipline is the number one thing, and integrity, holding each other accountable, and but the program has a long ways to go with it being its first year, but looking forward to the opportunity to be able to get the kids in the right direction.
When you say discipline, you mean internal discipline?
Internal discipline, and basically being responsible for themselves, being responsible for others, accountability, things of that nature.
I think 103 for the first year is phenomenal, especially at the middle school level, 71.
Absolutely.
How did you market that? How did you get kids to want to sign up?
Well, in the beginning, I didn't know what to expect. When I first came on board, I was told I was going to have 28 kids, and so I was only 28 kids. I thought it was pretty low. So during that time, we during the first week of school, we actually just went around to a lot of the different classrooms, kind of promoting within, just letting them know who I was. The kids were asking a lot of questions. I was there in uniform, so they didn't know who I was, so they would ask questions, just up and down the hallways. And we probably gave them like the first 2 weeks to kind of make a decision to something they wanted to do. And then from there, it started promoting itself with the uniforms and people talking highly of the program, what it was all about. I think in the beginning, most of the kids were just afraid of the big bad guy with the uniform on. So they didn't know what to expect. They just thought, what they see on TV, of course. But then once the first kids got into the classrooms and kind of navigate everybody, let everyone else know, hey, this is what it's all about. Then they kind of was encouraged to.
So they
kinda
helped you
join.
recruit, huh?
Absolutely.
They got you the rest. Well, again, I'm impressed at those middle school numbers, 71. And that speaks well of growing the program.
Yes.
So fantastic. And I love that you have almost as many females as
Oh,
males.
yes.
You know, this is how the program has changed. I was an ROTC at UT Austin. So my first 2 years there, I was with the guys. We were taking apart the battleships and all that. But that was 1975 to 77, and I didn't get to go on the ships during the summer.
Oh, yeah.
So
ITs.
yeah, they really had a very male-centric practice going on. Now that's of course since changed, and that's fantastic. But my father was in the Marines, my brother was in the Marines, and so I was going into the Marines.
That's right.
And here's another thing that I think has changed. I spoke Spanish. I had been studying Russian for 4 years. I'd been studying Italian and French for many years, and I had lived overseas. I was running and jogging every day, and I went down to San Antonio for my test, and I was not accepted because I was 10 pounds higher than what they wanted.
Oh, wow.
So I hope priorities are different now
Oh,
than they
yes.
were in 1977. But I could have, that would have been a life changer. But, again,
I'm sure.
it wasn't meant to be. But I'm glad to see the program has changed and that we let opportunities for all now. Okay, so talk a little bit about the curriculum and activities and what are the goals and outcomes?
Well, the curriculum right now, like I said, this is first year, and at the high school specifically, we have 9th and 12th grade all sharing the same classroom. But the curriculum is Marine Corps. It's Marine Corps driven. We only teaching Marine Corps ethos around here, and it's like I said, the 9th to 12th grade, they're all in one classroom, which is a great is great for the first year, mainly because they all have to get the basics. They all have to understand the foundation of the Marine Corps at first, and then but with the expectations of next year that we'll have them broken up into classes.
Sure.
For curriculum purposes, because the end goal is for the program to run itself, and the seniors will be able to run the program with just me showing up.
Really?
So that's the end goal. Once the seniors are in place and they understand what leadership is all about, and they hold each other accountable, holding the junior cadets accountable within reason that they can at the high school level. Once they're able to do that, then it's not like the reins are kind of turned over to the seniors, and I'll be more of a supervisor, just supervising, making sure that they're doing everything they're supposed to be doing.
So what kind of activities will you be sharing with them?
Well, of course, leadership, put them in leadership positions through Prac App, put them in formations. We were doing some physical fitness. We actually, this Thursday, we have our first physical fitness evolution. So we'll see how that goes if the weather permits. Other things we'll be doing is things with the community. Hopefully, I'm trying to get together a Toys for Tot program this year for Christmas. Basically, try to collect toys and get toys and stuff donated to just give them back out to the community for the people that are in need. There's something I'm working with the principal with right now to try to get that going. So I think that's something positive that we also do. And other things about the curriculum, we teach, of course, the general military studies, which consists of rank structure, enlisted and officers, interior guard, phonetic alphabet, some of the basic things that we're doing right now. So a lot of classroom for the first year, some physical training, things with the community. Those are basically the short-term goals right now that we're working on.
Okay. So let's turn it over to the kids. Cadet Ortega, can you tell me why you felt compelled to join Jr ROTC?
Well, my father was in the Marines, and after high school I plan on joining the Air Force, so I wanted to get some experience.
And are you already feeling that you're getting that experience?
Yes.
And what are you getting already out of the program?
Well, I'm learning a lot about the different branches and how they work, and leadership stuff.
Are you talking to your dad about it?
Yes, he's really excited about it.
A good bonding opportunity. Good. Señor Caliga, what made you
just
join?
leadership. I want to know more about leadership. And then in the future, I might want to be in the Marines.
Hmm.
And yeah.
Okay. Ms. Chavez?
I think what made me join was that I actually want to do better for myself and have a better future. And if that's what it takes to take it, then I will. Because, a lot of stuff goes on. And usually when I see it from my perspective, I know that, people are scared to do it. But I feel like if we do it, I think we'll be better persons towards any others. So I am thinking about going into the Air Force. Hopefully I will. And even with my thoughts, I just want to do better.
Well, I'm sure Gunnery Sergeant Finch is going to help you get there if that's what you truly want.
That's a fact.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Barrera?
Well, what made me join is basically because, I'm a person that is willing to improve. So, my mom is really patriotic, but my dad on the other side, he watches those war movies and stuff, and he thinks that's the whole thing that they do on the military is just go fight, and if you get killed, that's it. So I've been trying to explain to my dad what's going on, and yeah, so we're really.
So tell me that again on that mic. Yeah. All right. So we're having a little bit of technical difficulty. So tell me again about your parents and how they feel about you being in here.
So basically, my mom is really patriotic, like I was saying, and my dad, on the other hand, is not. I'm basically trying to explain to my dad what's going on with the program. He's he has his doubts and stuff, but I eventually do want to go to the Marines as gunnery. He's a gunnery sergeant, so really trying to follow the path too. But I mean,
well, it takes time. It takes time
course.
not only for you to learn the program, for your parents to get comfortable with the program.
Because like I was saying, my dad is usually watching the war movies. Like he gets the other version of the supposedly movie theater thingy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's.
Well, and I will tell you that I have a son-in-law who's in the Army, and he's done his tours. Now he's back. He's a recruiter. He's a lifer. He'll be in for 20 years, and then he gets to go on for another career.
Oh wow.
After, and then so there's lots of positive things about being in the military.
No, of course. Actually, a recruiter came to us and he told us he gave an example of being a nurse. If you join the Army or any kind of branch of the military, you have actually higher possibilities to get a job, because not all high schoolers, after high school you don't really, if you go to the Army, you get higher possibilities to get hired in a nursing job.
And I don't know if you have talked about this yet, Gunnery Sergeant, but the military you can accrue college credit, and so that you can go in and they'll pay for your college. So there's just multiple reasons why it could be a very, very positive experience for you. And then Ms. Garrett?
I didn't join because I didn't join the ROTC because I want to go
Closer.
do it after I graduate. I actually joined because my mom was in ROTC when she was in high school, and she talked about how she learned a lot that has helped her today, and she's a really awesome person. So, she's awesome. I joined. I'm awesome too.
Yes. I like that. What are your, Ms. Ortega, what are your ultimate goals for yourself? You had mentioned possibly going in, and then what? Is there a vocation in there? Is there a college? What is an end goal for you with the military?
I'm not sure. I know I want to, I know what I want to do, in the military, I don't know why I want to do it.
What do you want to do?
I want to be a cargo pilot.
Cargo pilot.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to fly.
Mhm.
Super.
I don't want to fly people though, because I don't want that responsibility.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, there's a girl who knows what she wants. All right, good answer. All right, sir.
Oh, with me, well, during the Marines, I want to be doing online college classes, and then try to get my degrees for business analytics and government criminal justice. And after at least trying to do 20 years, I want to, after 20 years of the Marines, I want to have my own business, my own law group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, sir, you've only had them 10 weeks, and man, these people know they know what they want.
That's
Wow.
right, ma'am. I'm trying to get them started.
It sounds like you have a good start. All right. Ms. Chavez?
I say that I would like to go into the Air Force and actually do the online college. And while I'm doing that, I want to be getting credits, or if not, go to college for at least 2 years and go into it, so I can get college credit, which that's very helpful, and it saves us a lot of money because right now college is really expensive to wherever you want to go. I do want to do construction engineering technology. That's what I want to do, and hopefully I make it. And
No, hopefully about it.
Yeah.
You just decide to do it, and you will do it. You know, I don't know if they still do this, Gunnery Sergeant, but my brother was recruited as a sophomore in college. The Marines waited for him, so he went to the boot camp, and then he finished college, he went to law school, so they waited 5 years for him. And when he finished law school, he went in with 5 years seniority as a first lieutenant.
Oh, yes. It still does that. It's the NROTC program. So basically, I think I just explained this to them right before we got here
Really?
about that
Yes.
program. Watched the video in class about the process and how it happens.
And I will
Yep.
tell you that if you do something like that, like my brother was sent to Okinawa, and he was there for several years as a lawyer, they're not going to put you on the front lines, okay? They just pay for you to go through law
That's right.
school, okay? So you might think about that. If your dad doesn't want you on the front line, you know, get an advanced degree and then you're too valuable, you know? But there's just all sorts of opportunities. That's the thing. That's what you have to make sure that you listen over the course of the years that you're with us during that program time, so that you can really know how the military can serve you while you serve the military, because it's a win-win. And Ms. Garrett?
Right now I'm taking dual credit college courses at Legacy. So when I graduate, I'll graduate with my Associates of Science at Eastfield. But what I really want to do as a career is something inside astronomy, because I like space and stuff like that.
I think there's some jobs in the military that involve space.
Whole lot of them. Whole lot of them.
Yeah, see, he said a lot of them. There you go. What are your favorite parts of the program? I'll leave it open. Talk about what are your very favorite so far things that you get to do.
One thing I like is the drilling, is the cadences and the marching and stuff like that. It's actually really fun.
Okay.
I say we also like the fact that we're now. I remember a few weeks ago we actually did a run over almost like 45 minutes, but it actually felt good afterwards, because I don't think I never even ran like that so much. But I did get tired, but it was I actually liked it.
How'd
Which
you
we
feel?
get to do fun stuff.
How'd you feel the next day?
Sore, because when I was going up the stairs, I couldn't even go up. I was like, I can't.
I couldn't sleep at night
Yeah.
for some reason. I was tired the next class period, but like at night I was just ready to do something.
Okay. So your mind's being changed, your bodies are being changed. What else do you like?
I mean, most importantly is because, I mean, everybody looks at us different. You know, we have higher responsibility, higher, like, standards, yeah, basically. But, I mean, it feels great. It feels great, especially when you work out, you get sore, and the next day, you know, you have a little pain, so it keeps you moving, so, yeah.
You know the
Very
fastest
motivating.
way to get that lactic acid out of your muscles?
No, I don't.
It's to exercise more.
Exercise?
Yeah.
Okay.
That sitting around thing just makes you stiff. So if you feel that lactic acid build up, you're stiff and sore, go out and do some more exercise.
I just like that the other scholars, they ask us questions. They like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What is that? Like,
Yeah.
it makes me feel special, to be honest.
Yeah.
Have any of you actually been able to recruit some kids in?
Yes.
I did.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good for you. Yeah, this is a year-long recruiting program that all of you are having to help us with. You, as you guys make it look good, you make it look safer, right?
That's right.
Talk a little bit about how you guys feel when you put the uniform on. I mean, we wear a uniform at Legacy. Do you feel different when you put this uniform on?
No, I mean, of course. I mean, everybody's wearing purple shirts and we're not. So yeah, it feels kind of like special, like different.
Uh-huh.
Big responsibility.
People will judge, but at the same time, you feel a little bit different than others because you'll say, okay, I'm in this uniform and I know what I'm doing. But others, I guess they will look at you and laugh, but it doesn't really matter because if you're on that mindset, okay, I would do, I'm a good person and I'm doing it for my good, then I guess like for other persons, it's just not the same way. And, it won't be the same.
And another thing is that they will make fun of you.
Mm-hmm.
They will leave you alone, though. They're going to leave you alone. Even though, like, if you have a problem with other people, they'll be like, oh, no, he's changing. He's being more mature. He knows his mindset. I want to be like him. Like, you inspire them. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
So,
One thing is like, and even the people who don't wear the uniforms, they get into the like the dress code as well. Because one day I didn't wear it and somebody else did, and they were like, "Wait, you're supposed to wear it today." I'm like, "How do you know what I'm supposed to wear?" like they're so into it, even though they're not in it, that they're gonna like remind you and tell you. So.
well, you guys are the grand experiment right now.
That's
And
right.
so they're watching you, and I like the confidence that you are projecting, Cadet Chavez, because the fact that you are wearing that uniform says something about where you are mentally. It does. They may not understand it because they're not there yet, or they have different life goals for themselves. We can't put everybody down who's not wearing a uniform, as tempting as that is, because you have some very gifted kids with very strong goals who just are not the military type, and that's okay too, right? But you're right. When you put that on, it's a reflection of where you want to go, and not all kids are ready for that yet.
And most importantly, reflection to Gunnies and Gunny Sergeant, because the more that we learn from him, the more that we express to the students. So, yeah.
Well, and plus, each one of you has 31 other kids who have your back. Right?
That's right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep. So I would guess that having you guys in the hallways, to me, that would project almost a feeling of safety. You're being trained in internal discipline. You are being trained in how to take care of self and others. And so I'm going to guess that some kids actually like having you in the classroom, even though they can't see themselves in that uniform.
Oh, yes.
Gunnery Sergeant, can you tell us a little bit about next semester, for example? You talked about PT starting, so forth. What by the end of the second semester, the first full year, what are very definite outcomes that you want for the kids and from the kids?
Well, after Christmas, we're pretty much going to go as far as the curriculum is concerned. We're going to go into more of the history of the Marine Corps and part of other branches of the military as well. Like I said, this semester we kind of focused on custom and courtesies, rank structure, some of the more basic things. Next semester it's going to be like a full-out history lesson, so they can get the what the Marine Corps is all about in 1775 when we first started until now, so they can get the bigger picture, the big spectrum of where Marines came from, where Marines are currently, and where Marines are about to go. So we have a lot of work to do. This semester is not over. But next semester we're gonna be bigger and better.
One of the things that we did this year, if you'll remember, you were at the convocation? We did the convocation at the high school with all the new staff.
Oh yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And we introduced something called the challenge coin.
Oh yes.
And so the challenge coin, can you talk a little bit about the challenge coin in the military?
Yeah. So the coins are what's significant about the coins is pretty much every unit or every battalion will have not everyone, but probably 90% of them will have a challenge coin, and it represents ethos, bravery. It represents their unit, and a lot of times when you do something significant, or sometimes you have it could be something as simple as a guest speaker to come and speak to your battalion, and one of the things that will happen was probably the senior person, the commanding officer, will probably issue that person a challenge coin, basically just giving letting them know that they appreciate whatever they're doing for the battalion or for the unit. It's a big tradition in the military, all branches of the military. Actually, in my office, I actually have a couple of, I have part of them, not all of them, on my desk. And a lot of kids always ask what are they about. A couple years ago, I went up to Washington D.C. and to this event, and we were just in an office. And the Sergeant Major Marine Corps just asking us questions, and because of the answers that we gave, he actually gave us a Sergeant Major's challenge coin, which he, at the time, a couple years ago, he said he only issued out 20 of them. So it was a big deal to get one from someone of that seniority. And I still have that one. But pretty much every unit I've been to in the military, I've got a challenge coin from them. But it comes with doing the right thing as well.
Sure. Now, like I said, Legacy has its own challenge coin. This is the first year we've done it, and we gave it to staff that had been with us 4 years or more, because it's unfortunately in the teaching world we tend to lose our teachers across the United States between 3 and 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing you didn't get one.
Oh, I did.
You did get one?
I did.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
ma'am.
Because otherwise I was going to rectify that. Of all the people that should have one. So I noticed Mr. Fletcher, for example, has his hanging up in his office, and he's got the Legacy one there too. So I want you and I to discuss, because normally I give this to staff, but I'm open to you and I coming up with a plan to give this
Okay.
to our ROTC kids.
That'll
And
work.
so let's think up a new tradition at Legacy. And the reason why Legacy has a challenge coin is because we're in the public education fight. You know, we are always trying to get enough dollars, enough positive attention, enough enough good news in public education. And when I heard that even first responders and the police and firefighters were now doing their challenge coin, I said, you know what? We need to do that.
That's
too.
right.
And so let's see what we can do to have a tradition of challenge coins for your kids, okay? Well, we have come to the end of our show. I know that I told you that 30 minutes was going to feel like 5.
Yeah.
And so
It
it did. Okay. One of the things that we've not done lately, but I want to put it out there. This is the Ask Dr. Be Good show. Do you have a question for me? One of you have a question for me?
Yes. Well, we can't work out on these uniforms, so we were wondering when are we gonna have like PT uniforms? Because it's really hard. We only have one uniform.
Well, sure.
So, yeah, that's kind of.
Well, that's a good question. It's one of those first year questions that as we develop the program, we figure out the missing pieces. So let me get with Gunnery Sergeant Finch, and we'll figure the answer out to that.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
And another thing is, I understand that Legacy has other things to,
Other commitments?
yes, for other sections, like for athletes, their jerseys, all that. And I was wondering, I know because we're JrROTC is a new elective or new class, as you could say. If we could have our own fundraiser for us to support our own.
I would
money.
support that in a heartbeat. Here's what you and Gunnery Sergeant, both at high school and middle school, you guys put your heads together and figure out what kind of fundraiser you want to do, and there's a fundraiser form. I'm happy to look at those. I want you to be able to have the things that you need to make your program richer. So, piece cake.
Yeah, we don't want to put all the pressure on the school, you know.
Well, we appreciate
really
that.
We really want to do our part, and for y'all to do
Well,
your
that's
part
very
too.
responsible. And you know what? If you earn the money to buy whatever it is you need, you will appreciate that more, and that's a life skill. So
Yes, ma'am.
I thank all of you for being here. I'm sorry that the time is done, but maybe what we can do is have you back later this year, and you can talk about the outcomes of your year and what has changed. What do you know now in May versus right now? So thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you for
Oh,
having us.
enjoyed it.
Thank you for tuning in to the Ask Dr. Be Good show. For more information on Legacy Preparatory Charter Schools, visit our website, legacypca.com, or call 469-249-1099. And remember to like us on Facebook, where we stream live weekly Tuesdays at 3 p.m.